It's Monday night, and tonight, guys, guys, what rhymes with Coach Khaki? What rhymes with
Natty,
Khaki?
Natty.
Natty. Khaki and Natty is going down tonight, man. Look, hey, we got in the building. We got El Residente saying Jose
Yeah.
representing in the building, and we got my dog, my homie, man. Welcome to the Hot Box, my brother Sports Report for order. My dog
As
2-5
ordered.
in the building, man. What is happening, man? What's
What's
going on,
happening?
fellas? How we doing,
You already know my guy.
You
See
know,
if I can get it
man.
from here. Does it recognize
fellas?
from here? I gotta turn the lights on.
There you
Fellas,
go.
oh, can we get the fireworks?
There you
Fireworks.
go.
Stand up.
There it
Oh,
is.
The
yeah,
hot box.
that works.
Yes, Lord. Fellas, hey, I just got two letters for you. JJ. That's hey, look, I ain't got nothing else to say. I ain't got nothing else to say. I ain't got nothing else
Yo,
to say, baby.
so yo, I ain't gonna lie. I heard a couple weeks ago. I heard somebody compare J.J. McCarthy to Andrew Luck,
This
Whoa.
is crazy talk.
and I
That
don't know if
is
it's just
This is
so
because
crazy
he.
wild.
talk.
I don't know if it's just because he played for Harbaugh or what, but you know what I mean. Like,
That's tough. When you talk
That is
about
crazy
tough,
talk.
there's very few people that, well, I'm not going to say very few. There are a couple people that Colin Cowherd gushes over, but the way that he glazes Andrew Luck, we cannot even put JJ McCarthy anywhere near him.
Yeah, no. Colin Coward was talking, and I'm a Colin Coward guy. Like I've read one and a half of his books.
Word,
He was talking about Andrew Luck since Andrew Luck was in high school.
for
Like
sure.
he was like, this guy here. Like if Jesus was coming back, he'd come back as Andrew Luck.
For sure.
Like it was on that. So I was sort of aware of him very early, which made me watch him. I think I don't think that he lived up to what Colin thought he would be, but I think Colin he gave enough to Colin to make him believe that he had like all of his beliefs were justified in Andrew Luck. You know,
For sure.
except for the injuries.
well, I mean,
But like
his team got better every year. They did make an AFC
every year,
Championship game, I believe.
Shouts
You know
out.
that was the Deflate Gate, or yeah, that was the Deflate Gate year. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
deflated four rushing
yeah.
touchdowns with a deflated football.
You know what I mean? So is Andrew Luck better than Dak? You know. What I'm
Oh boy,
Is Andrew
here we
Luck the
go.
biggest what if?
saying? I don't
And
know.
Andrew
RG3
Andrew
might
Luck
be the
might.
biggest what if.
I
I
don't know.
like that.
Not more than Andrew Luck.
I
Not more than
like
Andrew Luck.
that.
Not more than
I
Andrew Luck.
like
What?
that.
But we saw Andrew Luck. Like it didn't last, but we saw it. Like RG3, he never got off the ground.
We saw glimpses of what he could have been and what he could have been. What was it, rookie of the year? Or was it
Yeah,
seven?
yeah,
He ripped off like seven straight wins. They started like 3-6 that rookie year, didn't they? And then they
yeah.
ripped up. Yeah.
And he shouldn't have played in that playoff game. I get it. It's a playoff game, but he should have never played.
Yeah,
But
I don't think the
Do you
Whites see
feel
it that
like
way.
do you feel like the Shanahan's mismanaged RG3, or was it on him?
Oh,
no, it
absolutely
was definitely the
mismanaged.
Shanahan's.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because I mean, we talked about this a little while offline with Trevor Lawrence, where me and El Residente were saying maybe he should have sat a game.
Yep,
When he got hurt on Monday night against Jackson or against Cincinnati, he should have sat out. They were already in the division lead. They had the tiebreaker over both teams. You could have sat him 1 week, but then you kept playing him. He got beat
yep.
up in Cleveland, and then Tampa knocked him out.
Mm,
And
mm,
what's crazy is
damn.
when he got hurt, the backup came in and played well. So if I'm the
Right.
head coach, I'm like, oh, I can let CJ Beathard ride it out a little bit. Give him a game, give him a game, 2 games. Like, but they kept trotting him out there, and he got worse and worse and worse to the point where, like, in that game, that we saw yesterday, like he was a shell of himself, dog. That wasn't Trevor.
And that's
And,
exactly
but
why I picked Tennessee last week. That's exactly why I
yeah,
picked them because he's just not himself. Not to make excuses or anything like that, but you can look at him and see that
Right,
he's not at his full level.
I wanted them to lose
right.
just so he could get some rest. Like,
Oh
I
my
I'm
gosh.
dead serious. And I said this.
Is he gonna go 14-3 next season? That's all I need to know.
No, no.
Oh, that's all I need to know.
If they don't
Jacksonville
win
don't
10
do
games next
14 to
year,
3.
if they don't win 10 games next year, I'll be shocked.
Yeah, they'll
Wow,
win 10.
shock.
They'll win 10. I don't know about 14 though. Like,
Yeah.
Kansas City wasn't even really doing that like that. You know what I mean?
No, if they don't go at least 10-7 next year, I'll be shocked.
So how are they going to win 10 games if AR5 is supposed to come back? He's definitely good. They're definitely going to be back in the mix with AR5. They're
Well,
bringing
that's
out
if he could
AR
stay on the field.
if he can stay on the field, and
That's the question.
CJ Stroud is definitely going to pull out another 9 wins next year for sure.
I mean,
CJ
hey, we
Stroud
just saw a
should, yeah.
division. We just saw a division go. Every team went, with a winning record. So I mean,
I'm not mad at it. I'm not
yo, you
mad
know
at it.
what's wild? You know what's wild? I was looking at this because I was trying to figure out the Steelers, right?
Mhm.
And they finished 10-7, and I was like, yo, they went 5-1 in the division.
Yes, we did.
It was just wild to figure
Yep.
that. Yeah.
And people are calling for Tomlin's job.
And they're about to go into Cleveland, right? They're about to go into Cleveland. It's gonna be cold.
No, they go to Buffalo. Buffalo.
I'm gonna say they play Buffalo. Buffalo.
Oh, okay. They're going to Buffalo. It's gonna be cold.
Yeah.
They are the
That's gonna be
running
a game.
team. They
Yeah.
are the running team. They're the team built around defense.
Don't you do it.
It's absolutely possible. It
Don't
is
you do
absolutely
it.
possible.
Here we
It
go.
is
In the hot
absolutely
box.
possible.
Hot takes in the hot box.
Beat the Bills.
Whoa. There
No,
it
they're
is.
not gonna beat the Bills. No. Nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills.
Dog,
There it is.
It's gonna be like 3 degrees, dog.
And don't forget, the New England Patriots once beat the Buffalo Bills with 3 pass attempts.
That is true. That is true.
You think Tomlin ain't gonna give the ball to Najee Harris and Warren 50
No, I think
times
it's
that
going to
game?
be. I think it's going to be a very close game. I think it's going to come down to the wire. I just like Buffalo better.
And speaking of which, I'm sorry, I just want to say this.
Yeah.
One person that I cannot figure out is Najee Harris. 3 consecutive seasons of 1,000 yards, and you wouldn't even guess it. You wouldn't. I had him in fantasy this year, and he was horrible.
Yeah, he did
but
nothing.
He still passed 1,000 yards. I can't figure this guy out.
Dog.
Yeah.
So let's speak about people we can't figure out. Josh Allen. So let's talk about Josh Allen last night, because I woke up this morning and everybody was saying why, Josh Allen is the difference in the game when you talk about the Bills and the Dolphins last night, and how we trust Josh Allen to be that guy. Do y'all know that last night Josh Allen threw the ball at the Dolphins corner's head? The ball bounced off the Dolphins corner's head, and Sherfield made a circus catch, and they said,
Yeah.
"What a great throw by Josh Allen."
I'm weak.
Hey, well, you remember what I said last night? Well, you remember what I said last night. I don't know if I said it on here or if we ran like offline, but Josh Allen was doing stuff last night that I expect a rookie to do, or that I expect.
Kind of throw,
yeah, with the level of criticism that Justin Fields gets, I expect him to do what Josh Allen was doing last night.
For sure.
The ball bounced off the dude's head, and he threw it right at his head.
It really
and he
did.
threw, and he still threw for 359. So you gotta take the good with the bad, I guess.
So it's like, can we? So people want to jump on Josh Allen. You know what I'm saying, for the turnovers, right? So if he was to lead a team to a championship, hypothetically, would that mask, I guess, the turnovers the way that we mask them when we talk about the gunslinger? But I mean, even when we talk about the gunslinger, that's always still something that's always brought up, though. When we talk about all time.
I say no because Brett Favre. Oh, go ahead, Rez. Go ahead.
What I'll say is this: I heard a quote on, I want to say it was on Get Up this morning. Was it Get Up or First Take? It was one or two. Because I rarely listen to it, but this morning I was listening to it because I was working and I had it on in the background. The guy said, "You can't celebrate the things in a win that you would critique in a loss."
I feel you.
You cannot celebrate the things that happen in a win that you would critique if it happened in a loss. That throw, if the Bills lose that game, let's say the Dolphins come back, that Tua doesn't just fall apart and just forget how to throw the ball to receivers at the end of the game. Let's say that doesn't happen. right? Let's say that the Bills don't go to second half without. The Dolphins will go to the second half without getting one first down until the final drive of the game in the second half. Let's say that doesn't happen, and the Dolphins win that game. The entire conversation about Josh Allen would be he's too loose with the ball, he makes turnovers, and even when something good happens, it's an accident.
I mean, I understand the narrative that you're saying, but I mean, the narrative is already that the facts are that all the big games that the Bills have been in, regular season and postseason, they've lost. All the giant highlight games, like the majority
They
of
changed
those
the
games.
overtime. They changed the overtime rule for him, and they haven't won an overtime game since they changed the rule.
Yeah, he doesn't get a chance to touch the ball.
Yeah,
I'm saying though,
touch the ball.
I feel where you're going. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, that's already what it is.
Yeah, no,
right.
that's my point. Like the stuff that he does, like come back to Dan Campbell. That same conversation we have with Dan Campbell. The stuff that he does when he wins, that's a hooray, it works. But the truth is that it's going to work a lot less than it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
It's a risk for a reason. It's not a risk because it's a high percentage play.
Right.
Sure. 2-5. What you got for us?
Well, I just think that Josh Allen has been ordained by the media, so he's the next guy. They tried to put him above Mahomes at one point. We all saw through the facade. We know it's not real. But the problem with a guy like Josh Allen is that just like the gunslinger, you have to take the good with the bad. But with Brett Favre, he did exceptional things and just made a bonehead play.
Yeah.
Late. Josh Allen makes boneheaded plays all game and just gets away with it.
Yep.
Right. No, I can feel that.
So that's why I said yesterday, like, I get why people want to compare him to Brett Favre, and I don't even like Brett Favre, but I just feel like it's disrespectful to compare Josh Allen to Brett Favre at this point.
For sure.
Yeah, I definitely think Josh Allen has talent, but he's way too much risk. He's too much of a high wire act for me.
Yeah.
So is he a long-term Bills quarterback? Is they somebody that?
Oh yeah, he ain't going nowhere.
He gonna be there, bro.
They love that man. Look at
he can never win a Super Bowl.
Look at how those fans went after Bomani for talking about him.
Yeah, dog. Like, he can never win a Super Bowl.
I remember that.
He can never win a Super Bowl ever, and he's gonna be their guy.
Yeah, I mean, he ain't no Jim Kelly. I tell you that.
I definitely
4 times back to back. That's tough, Jim Kelly. So yeah, no. Speaking of playoff football, man, what's going on with them putting the wild card game on a third-party site that you will have to pay for with a subscription?
Get him, Residente. Get him
for the one game. For the one game. So again, I want to go back. I want to go back to my point that I made the first night when this happened. Right? It was the Bills versus Chargers game, week 16. That was the first time they rolled out this. Oh, we're gonna privately, exclusively give the game to the Peacock Network. So what you have to do is get this app. Now, mind you, people have already paid for cable. They paid for the Sunday ticket. They paid for Amazon Prime just to be able to watch these games. Just to be able to watch these games. Now, we can't get access to the games at all unless you get another app. That is a slap in the face to NFL fans everywhere. It's one thing to do that for a regular season game. To do that with a playoff game.
Come on, bro.
Is nasty and disgusting. And the people at the NFL should be ashamed. They should be ashamed of themselves. Y'all make all the money in the world. There isn't more money to be made.
And Peacock is already NBC.
Right.
NBC already
has
has
games on Peacock.
Right.
On NBC.
I don't get the
NBC got Sunday Night Football, don't they? Or is that ABC?
Yeah, they got they got Sunday Night Football. Yeah, Sunday Night Football. Yeah.
That is disgusting.
And they just got the Big Ten this year, so they did that with some Big Ten games as well during the college season.
They just want to see how many people will really jump out there and be like, all right, fuck it, I'll just get Peacock, fuck it.
But you know what else though? Do y'all watch on the show the morning show on Apple Plus?
No. Yeah, I've seen it before.
So on the morning show, the TV show, it's a TV show on Apple Plus that talks about that's centered around um, a news station. And one of the things that the news station is the guy that takes over the news station decides to do is to start an app. He's like, we're gonna push this app, we're gonna push this app, we're gonna push this app. And everybody around him is saying, listen, there are too many people starting apps. You're gonna bleed money with this app, and it's not gonna work. And this dude is doing everything he can to save this app because he believes that the streaming is the wave of the future. I'll save you to the thing. Like this is it's one of the storylines, but it's not like a major storyline of it. But it just reminded me of that. They end
Word,
up
no,
losing so much money on the app that it cost the guy his job.
word.
I
Right.
think that's where we're at with the Peacock Network.
Mm.
And this is a last ditch effort
Yeah.
to save the Peacock Network. If we can siphon enough, if we can bring in enough subscribers for this one NFL game, maybe we can save this app for a little bit longer. But guess what, y'all? If it
It's
works,
still gonna die.
guess what happens next? Fox will have an app.
Copycat.
Fox will have an app that will show all their NFL games. CBS will have an
No,
app that shows all their NFL games.
all of a sudden,
ABC
1
will
o'clock
have
game,
an
you can
app.
only catch it on your phone.
Well,
or
well,
the
you
smart TV.
remember? I don't know if y'all remember when the Pac-12 fell apart. That
Yep.
was a part. That was a part of it. Like
The
the
app.
Pac-12 was going to be on Apple. You know, they were going to do a deal with the CW, Apple. They were going to be streaming. You know, because that was the same kind of talk. They said this is the way of the future. You know, so I don't know. Like, I,
We cannot let this work, bro. Like
I pirate games anyway. Look, I be on Stream East. You know what I'm saying?
I
So,
seriously
like,
think I
hey,
don't know.
hey, don't be snitching now.
I don't know. I don't know if
wait,
this is
hold on,
already
wait.
happening.
Redacted.
I don't know if this is already happening, but there needs to be a boycott on that game.
No, I feel you. Hey, what game is that? Is that the Bill Steelers one?
Chiefs. It's the Chiefs
No,
game.
it's the Chiefs and Dolphins. Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
There
Just like
needs
I
to
get mad. It's not the
no.
same thing at all, but I get mad when they put NBA playoff games on NBA TV because not
Yep.
everybody got NBA TV.
Word.
Everybody
No.
should either pirate it or not watch it. Everybody should either pirate it or not. I'm dead serious because if it works, bro, if there's a model that shows, I know how proof of concept works.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. The
They
1
know what
o'clock
they
game.
doing. They didn't put Houston and Cleveland on there.
Nope.
They know what they
They
doing.
put a game that's like, oh, people are gonna watch this one. This is the Mahomes game. This is the Kelsey game. This is the Taylor
Tyreek
Swift
Hill
game.
against
Tyreek Hill.
Mahomes. Yeah,
Yep. Duh. That's. I'm shocked they didn't put the Lions Rams game on that.
That would
right,
have been a big game.
right.
But they put the Lions Rams game on Monday Night Football.
No, Monday
Man.
night is Tampa and Philly.
Oh yeah, because they had the extra day. You're right.
That
Yeah,
just
yeah.
sounds like a Monday nighter. You know what I'm saying? Like the Gruden Reed era. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they gave Tampa the Monday night game last year too.
That's just Eagles, Buccaneers. That just sounds like Monday Night Football.
I'll tell you this. I'm not watching it on the Peacock Network. I'm telling you this right now. I'm telling you right now. If you are under the sound of my voice, I don't know how many people watch this or how many people watch this later, but boycott this game. Boycott. Boycott, I meant because you're gonna watch. I understand you're gonna watch, but I'll just tell you there are alternate ways to watch it besides getting the Peacock Network.
Correct.
Find any way possible to watch the game without
Go to the
watching
bar.
it. Do not watch it on the Peacock Network.
If it's possible,
We cannot let this work.
rain.
All right, let me turn the light on so I can bring the rain.
Bring the rain for Yeah, we'll take the thumbs down too. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, bring the rain for the peak.
But yeah, it's
Yeah.
ignorant, man. You know, just like the same thing, like I said, happened during college football. You had Penn State and Iowa was exclusive on Peacock.
Oh, the Colorado
Yeah.
games. Remember, once the Colorado games, we'll have to get that out too because I was trying to watch that. Once they stopped putting the games on, before they were putting them on ESPN, they were like, oh, we'll put the Colorado game on. I'm like, oh, I'll watch the Colorado game. It was on the Pac-12 network. I'm not downloading the app to watch the Pac-12 network.
Yeah, I don't know one person in my life that has the Pac-12 network. I don't know what. I don't think that's a thing. Like they say Pac-12 network. I don't think that's a thing.
It's a thing, bro. It's a thing, and I only know it because when I was trying to watch the Colorado game.
That's like in the cable package, the Patel network.
Like I don't even remember. I don't know nobody that had the Longhorn network. You know.
Nope. Nope.
Hey,
Like, you know what I'm saying?
hey, but speaking of college football, man, the matchup that we have tonight
Talk about
is
it.
the match we have been waiting for. That I have been waiting for
Your whole life.
Literally.
since the days of Denard Robinson. Really,
Since Charlie Ward, since Charles Woodson.
Charles Woodson. Yeah.
Charles Woodson. Oh my goodness, with the rose in his mouth.
90.
I've been waiting.
Yeah.
And the day is finally here.
You know what I'm saying? You went through this Kate McNamara thing.
so hold on, wait. So how do you feel? We got to interview. How do you feel?
Yeah. How do you feel about this matchup? What are the keys?
Rundown.
The way that we played Alabama and the way that our front seven was flying around and getting after the quarterback, I feel like that's the same way that we can get after Michael Penix. I feel like we have good defensive backs that can stick with, what's his name, Rome Aduzie? Isn't that his name?
Rome Aduzie, yeah.
I feel like we can. I feel like Coach Harbaugh will do a good enough job, you know what I'm saying, scheming up a plan for him. But all we got to do is just keep pounding the rock with Blake Corum. You know what I'm saying? Healthy dose of Blake Corum, healthy dose of Donovan Edwards. I don't see, of course, you know what I'm saying, Penix is going to get his, you know what I'm saying, but I definitely feel like it'll come down to the wire. But if we get the ball last, J.J. McCarthy is definitely going to have the poise to drive us down the field and make some big plays for us.
25.
Okay.
25 is the number. If Blake Corum has 25 carries, y'all can win the game.
I like that.
Yeah, I was trying to figure this out. So Blake Corum played against Washington back in 2021. He ran for 131 yards, 2 touchdowns. Penix played against Michigan at Indiana, 358, beat Michigan in the COVID year. And the only problem is I can't take anything away from it because Kalen DeBoer wasn't the coach at the time at Washington, and Michael Penix was at Indiana. So you mentioned Rome Odunze, but you forgot Jalen Polk and Jalen McMillan. They out there too.
Yeah.
But I think Michigan line. I think Michigan controls the trenches, and I think they pull it out.
I think so too.
What I'll say is the wild card is the fact that Michigan has not played a quarterback this good all year.
Definitely, that's definitely a wild card.
A fact. Yeah,
but Washington also hasn't seen a defense like Michigan either.
Correct.
For sure. For sure.
So all I got to go off of is Michigan's last couple of matchups with Ohio State, maybe.
Work. Yeah, I mean that's really the biggest high flying offense we played, except for and TCU. I mean I don't know how they smashed it. Quentin Johnston. I don't know how he was just going crazy all over the field.
They smashed y'all because J.J. McCarthy threw 2 pick sixes in that game.
What I will say
wasn't Blake hurt that game too?
It has to be a low scoring affair. If it's a high scoring game, y'all lose.
You think so?
All right, so define high scoring.
If it gets over 28 points, Michigan loses.
Each?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense to me. That makes sense. I mean, we've seen Washington We've seen Washington get shut down before, though. Arizona State held them to 7. They struggled with Stanford.
Michigan needs to be dominant. Michigan needs to be dominant defensively. They cannot let Penix get any He cannot get any confidence.
Right.
He can't get any confidence. And if he has the ball down 3 with the game in his hands, Washington wins.
Well, see, Michigan won it. I feel like Michigan wanted Milroe to take off. Like they wanted that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So. Because they wanted to take the deep ball away. Penix isn't going to give him that. He's just going to sidestep.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But he can run.
Yeah, he can run. Yeah.
And see the thing with Milroe can't make the game manager passes. The same thing we talked about before. Like he can't make the game manager passes. He can make the highlight passes.
Right.
Yeah.
But those regular mundane passes that that separate the good quarterbacks from the great quarterbacks, he can't make those.
Right.
Penix can make those.
Man.
Penix
Oh,
Penix can give you, that 5 yard basic play that'll just extend the drive.
right.
This is gonna be
Right.
such a good.
This is gonna
Yeah.
be a great
I
game,
think
bro.
it's. I mean, I don't want to state the obvious, but it's going to come down to McCarthy. Which
Styles make
JJ
fights,
McCarthy
bro.
do we see?
For sure.
Can McCarthy, like, to what Rez is saying, can McCarthy keep the offense on the field? Like, like there's going to be times where Blake Corum runs for 10 yards. There's going to be times where he runs for 2.
Yeah.
For sure.
So what happens on 3rd and 6?
Yep. Got to look to our receivers. And definitely, what's his name? Schumacher. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And hopefully he can make some plays.
And,
So
and of course, Dylan Johnson, his injury is going to be a question. He got hurt trying to run the clock out against Texas. So how effective can he be a week later after that ankle sprain? So that could help Michigan out too. If the run game isn't there.
Yeah. All true. All
man,
true.
and didn't they say this is the first time since 2015 since
Yep.
Oregon
Oregon and Ohio
Ohio,
State.
since we haven't seen Big Brother. Since we haven't seen Big Brother in the
But you know
goddamn.
something else is funny? Um, Shannon Sharp was talking about. He said, if Washington wins, this will be a Pac-12 champion in the last year of the Pac-12, of the last year of the
Yep.
Pac-12.
Yep.
And they still about this word.
And what Pac-10 ain't won a title since Pete Carroll.
But isn't Washington going to the Big 12, Big 10?
Yeah, they go to the Big Ten next year. Yeah.
So essentially, you got 2 Big 10 teams in a natty, if you think about it.
Yeah. So we just saw 2 SEC teams losing the semifinals, huh?
Yep.
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 About
So dog. So there's a lot of narrative stuff that you're gonna be able to spin from this as well.
Uh-huh. And of course, the big one is this Harbaugh's last game.
Is this Harbaugh's last game?
And is that a distraction?
I don't think it's a distraction.
Okay.
And I'll say I don't think it's a distraction because that Michigan team has shown they're playing for each other all year long. If they
Right.
were gonna be distracted, they would have been distracted in week 3 when their coach first got suspended for the first time.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Texas, Arkansas State, USC, Minnesota, Washington, Illinois, Michigan State, Oregon, Indiana, Northwestern, and Ohio State.
Yeah. It's gonna be a fun year, huh?
I don't even know what are they gonna call themselves. Like Big 10 don't even make sense as a name for them anymore.
I know. The Big 12
They
don't
should
got
just go to
12
super
teams. The Big
conferences,
10.
bro.
That's
They
where
should
we're
just go to
headed
super
to.
conferences.
That's where we're headed to. Once Florida State and Clemson figure out how to get out of this contract, that's exactly where
Yep.
we're going.
Yep.
And then you still got Notre Dame out there.
So does somebody want to lay it out for the people in layman's what the new format will look like if either if Florida State and Clemson figure it out or if they don't, whichever will be simpler.
So if they don't figure it out, nothing changes. We're status quo, as
Mhm.
far as the ACC goes. But the problem is, it's not just Florida State and Clemson. There's North Carolina. There's Virginia.
Yeah,
I think
that's
it's 7 total. 7 total. So if we get to that point, then we're looking at the ACC like we're looking at the Pac-12 right now.
everybody in this world.
Because they're going to be grabbing a whole lot of Memphis and South Florida, some UConn, and it's going to be beyond recognition, and nobody's going to watch it.
And it's not going to be an
You know what I'm saying?
Atlantic
Put Wake Forest on
Coast
Peacock.
Conference. Let's put it on.
And FSU and Clemson has aspirations to join
The Big Ten.
SEC.
Well, they want to join the SEC, but
They want to join SEC.
Mhm.
the SEC, from what I've been reading, the SEC feels like they already have those bases covered as far as those areas. So
Uh,
so adding Clemson and Florida State doesn't give you a new footprint. So that's why they're looking at North Carolina and somebody else, maybe Virginia, somebody along those lines. So, but at the same time, you have to play defense because you don't want the Big Ten to get access to Florida.
Right.
yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see how that ends up.
For sure.
These
Any
conferences
other
make no
games,
sense.
fellas?
I know, like Colorado going back to the Big 12, so I'm interested in that to see, Coach Prime up against
I was about to
some
say, how do you
old
feel like
teams.
Boulder's gonna do next year?
I think 7-5 is on the table, but going back to our pre-air conversation, it's funny
Yeah.
that they open up their season with North Dakota State next year.
There you go.
It was
And
crazy how
why?
you were
Hey,
just talking
Doug.
about.
And Doug. And watch what North Dakota State does going into Boulder. Watch them boys,
What
man.
they gonna do, Rez? What
Doug.
they gonna do?
0-1. Coach Prime starting the season 0-1. Y'all play
Oh,
with North Dakota State if you want to. Them boys ain't no punk, man.
North Dakota State, Nebraska,
at
Matt
Nebraska,
Rule,
at Nebraska,
Colorado State.
They'll beat
at
Nebraska.
Yeah,
Colorado
at
State,
Nebraska.
at Colorado State.
That's gonna be the
At
watch.
Arizona Wildcats.
Yeah.
Home at Utah Utes. Home at Baylor. Home Oklahoma State.
Uh-huh.
Home Kansas State. Home Cincinnati. At Kansas. At Texas Tech. At UCF.
If they could go nine and
Wow.
three, if they could go 9-3, that's very successful. But I'm thinking something along the lines of 7-5.
If they can
Is
finish above
Shador
five,
coming back?
if they can
Yes.
finish above 500, if they can finish above 500, they go in.
Yeah.
They,
Like
they got
I
to
know
they have to show progress.
people killed me for that too. You know what I'm saying? Because like everybody kept saying he took them from 1 win to 4 wins, and I'm like, but it ain't even the same team.
But no, but
But
see that's the thing.
so
But see that's the thing. But this is what I was saying on the earlier versions of the hot box is what Dion should have done from jump is say, listen, y'all, this is a work in progress. We are trying to make gradual growth. We won one game last
Yeah, it
year.
was just
If
loud.
we can get to four wins, that's a 400% win increase. We did a
yeah,
great job in that. What
right.
Dion did was when they won those first games, he started talking national championship, which extremely
Do you
elevated
believe?
people's people elevated people's expectations of the team. So now when you take that one team, that one win team to 4 wins, it sounds like a failure. But the truth is that you made that's growth. So next year to go from 4 wins to 7 wins, that's growth. We had
And
a
he went and
3 win
got some.
increase
And he
from our
went and
first
got
two
some
years as
linemen too.
coach. Right.
He went and got linemen. So we'll see. I think Utah is going to be the team to beat though in that conference because they're returning all 11 starters on offense. So
Is Cam Rising coming back?
and yes,
Okay.
yes, he'll be
And
back.
based on a lot of these teams, how they did this most recent season, a lot of these are TVable games or viewable games if you want to see.
Yeah, that's what I said. If anything less than 7-5, I feel would be a disappointment. But I see a possible nine
Right.
and three on there. I mean, you got to have some
That's
breaks and all that. You know what I mean? But it's possible.
Yeah. People just gave up on Colorado after a while though, man. Because
Unless El Residente is right and North Dakota State walk up in there.
dog, North Dakota State is coming in. North Dakota State is not coming to play with Dion. That's what I'll tell you. Coach Prime. They them boys will train. They are training in the cold right now for their first game against Coach Prime. I bet you.
Speaking of North Dakota State, what is going to happen with Trey Lance's career?
That is a good question.
He's biding his time, bro. I mean, all he can do now is sit and learn. He got a great quarterback to learn from based on his play style. He has a great opportunity to sit with the clipboard and learn, and then when he gets called on, and he will, show that he's better than he showed in San Francisco. That's all. That's all. That's it. I don't think he gets kicked out of the league, like just based on what we've seen right now. I think he gets.
I
I
mean,
think he gets another backup job.
I just don't know who graded him as a top 5 pick. And I'm not even saying that based off of I don't think he's any good. I'm just saying that he didn't even play enough college football
He
for
didn't.
me to have an opinion either way.
He never played a full season.
Yeah, he didn't play a full season, and then the one year, if I remember correctly, it was the COVID year
Yeah,
that he got drafted. He only played one game that year. They only
yeah,
played one
and they
game.
played that game, just so they could do a showcase of
Right,
for him. Like that was
right.
pretty much why they played that one game.
So like if anybody had any expectation, whether you're a Trey Lance supporter or Trey Lance detractor, I keep wanting to say Trey Young, either whichever side you're on, you ain't have no idea what you were talking about. You were just hoping you
Nope.
were right.
I and I'll tell you, and what I'll tell you is, so my hope was in Kyle Shanahan's assessment of the player. That's really what I was banking on. Is, okay, Kyle Shanahan knows quarterbacks. Kyle
Right.
Shanahan knows offense, and he knows what he wants his offense to look like. So if Kyle
But
Shanahan has
he
faith in this player, then shoot, who am I? I don't know no better than Kyle Shanahan. I've never coached an NFL team. I've never set up an offense. So if he sees it, then it's there. But then I also noticed that Kyle Shanahan started pulling back on him. And the thing that really hurt him was when Brock stepped into that offense and immediately turned it around.
Right. Right. I was
and we know. Go
no
ahead,
no
brother.
no go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. Kyle Shanahan. I feel like Kyle Shanahan saw Trey Lance and he saw an opportunity to have a quarterback like he had when he was a quarterback coach in Washington or the OC in Washington. I just
Hmm.
feel like when he saw the talent level that he had, he was like, man, I can bring this back. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it kind of
Or no,
backfired.
or even better, even better. I can turn him into Lamar, who was a
Hmm.
bigger, stronger version of what RG3 was.
Hmm.
I feel you.
Yeah, I would have loved to have
And
seen
Like
him
and
go somewhere like the Jets. Obviously we didn't know Aaron Rodgers was going to
I
get
would have
hurt.
loved to see him. I would have loved to see him go in the second or third round.
Uh
If
huh.
he would have went the second or third round, he would have got a much better shot at the world.
Yeah.
But that
spin
roster, to come on that roster, like you can't come on that roster and be a work in progress.
Right.
We
for
need,
sure.
like, that's a win now team. We don't have 4 years to give you to figure out the game of football.
Right.
That's real. But speaking of being a late round gem, what about Hendon Hooker sitting in the wings over in Detroit? One day he's gonna have to step out somewhere. And do y'all feel like he put up a good enough performance at Tennessee for us to be like, man, somebody? Because I was thinking, man, maybe somebody might take a under the radar trade or something like that. Maybe a QB needy team.
Him and
Now I think he sits there.
him and Jaden Daniels are very similar to me in the way that they were one thing and then they just morphed overnight. So like when Jaden
Yeah.
Daniels turned into this
Uh,
year, he was not that last year. He was indecisive. He was like Desmond Ritter. He didn't make the throws. He just held on to the ball. If it didn't, he took off. With Hendon Hooker, he started at Virginia Tech and you saw the talent, but
Mhm.
they didn't have talent around him. So when he got to Tennessee, I'm hoping that it wasn't the system.
Right.
I'm
uh,
hoping that it wasn't the system because Tennessee, he had Jalen Hyatt as well. They just caught everybody off guard. They didn't give you a chance to huddle a lot. I just hope it wasn't the system.
No, I feel that. I respect that.
I, I, I definitely think, again, I know a lot of people are like, when you draft a quarterback, they need to play like immediately. I'm not of that mindset. I think that what we see with Jordan Love is a great example of what can happen if you give somebody time to grow and develop on the bench with the clipboard in their hand. I think there's something to that, something to learning an offense, something to being able to understand the nomenclature that goes with the system, something understanding how is this starter, operating this. I think if Hendon Hooker sits, I think Trey Lance as well. Like sitting and watching that offense in development as it grows, as it progresses. When you get a chance to step into the game, you have a much better chance of success. And now some people are, and so that also increases their ability to build out a long term career in the NFL because most NFL quarterbacks will not be starters. When we go back to that
For sure.
conversation about like black black QBs.
Right.
I remember Bomani Jones saying, we won't really know the true success of black QBs until we start seeing black backups.
Right.
Because what happens with our quarterbacks is either they're great and they're the starter or they're cut.
Right.
But you have like a Blaine Gabbert that'll sit around in the league and be terrible for 12, 15 years. And you know if Blaine Gabbert gets in the game, like, but they don't
The
hold on to our
McCown of the
quarterbacks like
world.
that. They like
Yeah.
the fact that Jameis Winston, like I think Jameis Winston should be a starter. But the fact that Jameis Winston has been able to be a backup for as long as he's been able to be a backup is actually a positive thing for the black QB movement. Tyrod
Right.
Taylor,
Sure.
another example.
Right.
There's a few guys like that, but the other time we couldn't name any black backups. And so
Right.
to have like a Hendon Hooker sitting in the wings as the potential replacement, having a Trey Lance as a potential replacement, having Malik Willis, who I
Yeah.
think he's a terrible quarterback, but the fact that he's been able to sit on that bench for a little while, like that was not happening before.
Right.
So these guys, that increases. Also, that's going to increase our quarterback coaches, our black quarterback coaches, the
Yeah.
Byron
Jacoby
Leftwiches.
Brissett.
Jacoby Brissett. Like these are things that are going to increase. So when we talk about equity in the NFL, and I know I just shifted this conversation from like starting to, but I think it's a larger conversation.
No, you
To
good,
talk
brother.
about equity in the NFL, when we're talking about getting black players in positions of leadership, that's how it changes.
For sure.
So I said
For
it
sure,
to
for
say
sure.
that I think that Hendon Hooker sitting in the back and learning the offense is not a bad thing at all. And I think that just like Trey Lance, I think both of them will get their opportunity to prove that they can start. But if nothing else, they can build out long-standing careers in the NFL, which will make their families richer than if they just start 1 or 2 years and they get dropped from the league.
Right.
Like I
For sure.
think there's something to that.
I like
For
that.
sure.
I never thought of it that way, but that's a great point.
No, yeah, I appreciate that. I definitely appreciate that. Hell yeah. So, 2-5, was you about to say something?
No.
All right. Do you think Brissett is the quarterback of Washington next season?
No.
No.
Come on,
You know what I'm
what?
saying? No, he's definitely on the roster. He's definitely going to be on the roster.
He'll
I
be the
think.
backup.
You know, because especially if you end up taking somebody like Caleb Williams or Drake May or whoever, you know, that's a good
Drake May's
place to.
going to New England. Don't try to take Drake May from
Bro, we got the third pick, bro. No, look, let Chicago take Marvin, right? Washington can take the guy from right down the
They're going to
street.
take Caleb Williams.
You know what I'm saying? No, not the guy from across the coast. We won't even. Well, do we take Caleb?
Y'all taking Drake?
No, New England ain't taking Caleb Williams.
No, New England's taking Drake. They already got the
We don't want bro.
Y'all will trade. Y'all will trade down and get JJ McCarthy.
Dog, no, they're getting Drake. They're getting Drake, and they already got the jerseys printed up.
Wow.
The Southeast,
but it's like
the Southeast are ready. The Southeast are ready for Drake May to come and bless Foxborough with his presence. There's gonna be a parade.
I hate to do this, but I have to do this.
And you know what? New England going to swerve all of us and get Cooper Rush.
Oh my God.
Dog, Drake May is coming, bro.
Real.
You know, he fits
Drake
in Boston, right?
Drake May is coming. Dog, it's Drake May's season, bro. There's nothing more Boston than Drake May in Boston.
I imagine somebody's gonna give Chicago another offer that they can't refuse.
Well, you saw Justin Fields said goodbye.
Oh no, I didn't see that.
Yeah. He said at his press conference, he said, you know, I don't know. He said, I don't know. He said, I don't know if they're gonna bring me back or not next year. You know, but whatever they decide, you know, I had a good time, a good run here at Chicago.
Wow.
You know, I gave y'all the best that I could. You know, the media didn't really appreciate it, but that's all right.
Oh, I didn't hear that. No.
Yeah, nah, he did today.
I saw.
Like, thank you to the fans.
I saw Derrick Henry's speech after the game yesterday.
Yeah, no, Justin Fields.
Where does Derrick Henry go?
Well, before this season started, I would have said Buffalo, but it seems like they got their answer in James Cook. So Dallas.
I like Baltimore.
I can see him there. That fits. That definitely fits. Yeah, that definitely fits.
I like Baltimore. I like Cleveland.
What do people see?
Cleveland fits.
I like Cleveland. I like.
They let go of Nick Chubb.
It's a tough business, man. They might.
I like Houston.
Okay.
Houston would be tough.
But I think at this point he's probably looking for a contender though.
Yeah, like somebody like that's you know what I'm saying, really like Baltimore, like they Derrick Henry could really put Baltimore over the top. In my opinion.
Well,
I feel like he's still a top back.
If I was
well,
Derrick
J.K.
Henry, I might
Dobbins,
think about Kansas City.
but Dobbins is coming back
I mean,
next
yeah,
year.
that's a surefire jump. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, why would I not want to go there?
Oh, if he can get to Kansas City, he's in Kansas City.
Bro, he's throwing the wide open niggas.
That's what. That's why it's always. That's why it's always hard to tell about these college quarterbacks. Like Tim Tebow looked like this at one point.
I'm like,
Is
yo,
Montrez
bro,
coming
like,
out
bro,
this year?
he's not joking.
No, I don't
Is
think
Mon-
so. At least,
okay.
I don't think so. At least he could, but I don't think so.
He fought so hard to be able to play. Like, imagine he's gonna use one more year.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
don't know, man.
I mean, he's got what they like. You know, he's tall. He's got a strong arm. You know, he fits the prototype that they like. So somebody's going to grab him. You know, it wouldn't surprise me if somebody, you know.
Oh, look, he gets to the outside though. Oh my gosh, top. He's got to go number 3. You see what he got to the outside just now?
That's your guy, man.
That's your future right there, bro. Look at
That's your
this.
future right there,
Here
bro.
we go. Oh, here we go.
Look at that.
Oh,
And he know how to slide.
And he knows how to slide.
Okay.
That's your guy right
Okay.
there, man.
You know what I'm saying? Mr.
Okay.
Cha Cha.
That's your guy.
Come on,
Drake. Drake.
No.
Look at this throw. Look at this. Look at this. He's
Look
like,
at this guy.
with the left hand.
Oh, wow. The left. Oh, God.
Future
You
Hall
know,
of Famer right there.
Trevor Lawrence ain't doing that.
Trevor Lawrence is not doing that. He's not jump passing. He's not jump passing and throwing the ball with his left hand.
Look at this.
Oh, did you see how he set his foot? Did you see how he set his foot?
Yeah, I sure did.
Oh, look at him running down the field. Oh, God. Bill Belichick is
Look at that set
salivating.
foot. Oh.
Bill Belichick is salivating watching this film.
But tell me that J.J. McCarthy don't seem like a Patriots quarterback.
Oh, definitely.
Right, he is.
Especially if Jim Harbaugh comes.
He is.
Here we go.
That's why I could, because I could just see it now, like just in the draft, like I can see like the Patriots, like you know what I'm saying, like we're on the clock. All right, cool. Like I'm just chilling for sure. And then it doesn't say the pick is in. The Tinker Joint at the bottom is like a trade.
A trade
has happened. You know, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, it's gonna be one of them nights, bro. The Patriots have traded back to we traded our first and our second pick away for six fourth round picks. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
In 2027.
Yeah. Well,
hopefully, it's like for real. If we was to trade for somebody, who would we trade for? What would we trade our first round pick for? That would be worth it right now. That's not a quarterback. That's what, even if it's like a receiver or what? Who, exactly. Nothing at all.
For picks,
nothing. Man. There's nobody out there unless it's maybe Justin Jefferson. I don't think they would go for that. Would they?
No, they're not going to Justin Jefferson.
Yo, somebody brought this up in the group, man. If Minnesota drafts Michael Penix, I love that.
Yeah, I said that last night.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
If Minnesota, I love.
But this is the problem. But this is the problem, though. If Atlanta lets Michael Penix go by, just throw the whole franchise away.
True.
Yeah, no, because where's Atlanta at? Because
I think they're at 8. I think they're either 8 or 9.
Well, you got to think about it. Unless Chicago drafts a quarterback, and then Justin Fields goes to Atlanta.
Everybody's been talking about that since about September.
Which I still think that's a bad idea because we've seen that players from Atlanta do terrible when they play in Atlanta. Like think of a player that's from Atlanta that went to Atlanta, played in Atlanta, and played well. NFL, I open it to all the sports.
Todd Gurley was not
NBA players get awful when they go to Atlanta.
Yeah, Falcons are at 8. The current order is Bears, Commanders, Pats, Cardinals at 4, Chargers at 5, Giants at 6, Titans at 7, Falcons at 8, Bears at 9 again, Jets at 10, Vikings at 11.
See, Titans to go ahead and grab Derrick Henry replacement.
You know what I'm saying? And who would that be?
I don't,
Blake?
yeah, I was gonna say maybe Blake. Maybe Jonathan
Blake
Brooks out
doesn't
of
fit that
Texas,
offense.
depending on maybe Jonathan
Is he
Brooks out
that
of.
good?
Blake doesn't fit that offense. And they got a running back that they really like. They really like Spears.
Oh yeah,
Tajay
I like
Spears,
Spears
yeah.
a lot too. Yeah, I like. Hey, where did he go to school? Say y'all
Florida
was
State.
banging on all these schools. He went to Tulane.
Tulane.
Mm.
Oh, word. No,
Mm.
you can always find running backs from smaller
Mm.
schools though.
Yeah,
You can always find running
just
backs from
saying.
smaller schools.
He's not
Ask
You know
ask
what I
no
Caleb
meant to
Williams.
ask
good.
y'all?
Ask Caleb Williams about him.
You know what I meant to ask y'all? So now that we've watched the Bills Dolphins games last night, right? We talked about the
Okay,
Bills,
right.
but are the Dolphins fraudulent
Yes.
We didn't have Waddle last night.
No, or Mostert.
or Mostert?
But
But
but I
Tua
think
though.
this is a common theme. Like last year, or well, not. I don't want to say last year because Tua got hurt last year. But I feel like the Dolphins just fade late a lot. Like they haven't even won a playoff game since 2000. So this is just
Dog, they
something
didn't get
that
a
they do.
dog. They they didn't get a first down in the second half until their final drive of the game.
Yeah. I don't.
Oh, 2-5. Next time we get on the box, we gotta break. Oh, see here, yeah, this is my guy right here, man. I'm sorry, this is my guy right here.
JJ,
But next time we get on the box, we definitely gotta break this down because I can see it. I can see us, but it's like, bro, what will we trade? What will we trade or wait for? We not taking him with the third pick. Hell no, he not that good.
who Drake May?
I would take him. I would take him over Drake May.
You really
No, I'm
like
talking about
McCarthy
JJ
that
McCarthy.
much? You like McCarthy that much?
A lot of
I just said I would take him number
a
3.
lot of scouts like JJ McCarthy.
I do not trust that dude with the ball in his hand.
Like I don't know if JJ
I,
McCarthy's better than Chad Henne, but a
I
lot of
don't.
these
I do not trust him with the ball in his hand.
I don't know if JJ
he's
McCarthy better than Drew Henson.
Yeah.
oh my, that's crazy. And look, at least he's better than Cade McNamara. That's really all I care about. All right.
He's better than Shoelace.
No, what I was
Yo.
gonna say, 2-5. Next time we get in the box, we have to get your analysis on this because in some of the earlier segments, we ran into this conversation of because you had said something about the Dolphins not winning a playoff game since 2000 or wherever.
Yeah, 2000. Yeah.
We're gonna have this conversation about goats and cakewalks.
Ooh.
Oh, the AFC East conversation.
Ooh.
I
Yeah,
thought we ended that. I thought
we
we ended
definitely did not. We definitely
that because
did
we
not.
looked it up and I
The,
made my
the
point
jury
very
is still
very
out.
clear.
You
No,
know
the
you
jury
did.
was pretty settled.
The numbers are actually pretty identical.
No, they're not identical.
They really are.
They were not at all.
Versus the NFC North, they are, bro. We can look, like I said, look, we're approaching the hour mark. We can, you know what I'm saying. I just wanted to get 2-5 look on it because the whole thing was that Tom Brady had a cakewalk for his career.
He did.
No, in his division, he had a cakewalk. That
Yeah,
was
in
the
his division.
conversation.
He did.
His division, he had a cakewalk.
He did.
Okay. Why is that always the look? No, let me turn this off.
I don't think it's a
Why is that
criticism. I don't think it's criticism. I don't think it's
not a
criticism.
Why is
It's
that
context.
always
It's
the critique
context.
for him?
It's context.
But nobody critiques Peyton Manning for running through the AFC South. Nobody critiques Aaron Rodgers for being in the trash ass NFC.
You know why? You know why? Because the AFC South became bad later. Like when Peyton
Yes.
first came into the league, they still had Steve McNair.
Yep.
It was a thing. Like Matt Schaub was doing some things for a few years.
MVP by year 4. He was still doing the things that nigga, even though he didn't win until year 9. We can't say that
Mark Brunell
he won't have it his way in the comp. He won't have it his way in the
No,
division.
Buffalo was starting dudes like JP Losman. And I ain't even have to look that up. JP Losman.
No, I feel you.
Cups.
Yeah, Aaron McNair. Okay, yeah, he won MVP in 2003 for sure. I get it. You
We
know what I'm
looked it
saying?
up.
They went to the bowl.
Remember that no team over the 10-year period, no team was above 500 but the Patriots. We
Yeah.
looked that up.
Look,
No,
for one,
yeah,
y'all,
no.
for one, you know what I mean? Like, y'all biggest rival, y'all biggest thorn in your side was Mark Sanchez.
It was the Jets,
But again,
a
and
perennial
we still
loser.
talk about playoff success. The Jets, Bills, and Dolphins 2-5. The Jets, Bills, and the Dolphins. Between the time that Aaron Rodgers became a starting quarterback, which was 2008, 2009,
Okay.
the Jets, Bills, and the Dolphins collectively have been to the playoffs around the same amount of times that the Vikings, the Bears, and who else they got? The Lions have been to the
Well,
playoffs
yeah,
throughout their.
that was a weak division too.
But not as weak as the
So
AFC
all
East.
I'm
But
saying is,
Not as weak as
but
the
all
AFC
I'm
East.
saying is,
but the Packers would
but
the Packers would have a lot of injuries. Even the year that they won the Super Bowl, half their team was hurt, so they had to go through the road. New England was going 6-0 in division and getting
Yep.
the home field advantage.
That's all. That's all we're saying, bro. It's not. Stop taking it as a knock on Tom Brady. We say Tom Brady's a GOAT. Nobody
It's
says
just context.
nobody around the planet says Tom Brady's
uh,
not the GOAT.
It's just context. That's
But
all.
you gotta tell the full story. We can't color the
and
story.
then Drew Brees cruising.
Just like
Well, I mean, they never
He
had.
was
just
not
like
They never had a
just
repeat
like the NFC
champion, though.
East, right? The NFC East. You know, I think I saw something like they haven't had a repeat champion since like 2004 or something like that. You know, that was not going
Yeah,
on in the AFC East.
No,
that was not going on in this.
While Drew Brees was in New Orleans, Cam Newton won an MVP and went to the Super Bowl. What are you
And Matt
And
talking
Matt
about?
Ryan.
Ryan.
And Matt Ryan.
And Matt Ryan. What are you talking about?
Top five Matty Ice.
Don't do that.
Oh,
Maybe he's the top five Maddies.
man.
He's one of the top five Maddies of all time. Like I can't think of five Maddies better than
Yo,
Matt Ryan.
so real quick, I know we gotta wrap up, but I'm gonna just throw this out there, right? So me and Mr. Logical been doing some talking. So if you had to pick right now, like all their careers are over, everything's created equal. You got Matt Ryan, Matt Stafford,
Mm.
Cam Newton, and Philip Rivers, but you can only put one of them in the Hall of Fame. Who is it?
All
Oh
right, Matt.
shit!
He said Matt Ryan, Matt
Matt
Stafford,
No,
Ryan,
what's up?
Cam
Matt
Newton.
Ryan, Matt Stafford, Philip Rivers, and Cam Newton.
Oh,
Which one are you putting in the Hall of Fame if you had a choice? If you were the deciding vote, this is it.
I might go
I'm glad we
Stafford.
live right now.
I might go Stafford.
I'm glad. Yeah, I'm glad we live right now
Because
because
go ahead.
I don't want any because y'all know how hard I ride for my man. Y'all already know, bro. It's,
Cam
man,
Gang. I know.
y'all already know. But I'm just saying though. I'm just saying. Stafford got the ring.
He got the ring.
He got the ring. He did I mean, Cam Newton also people act like Cam Newton didn't do anything. Cam Newton did a lot.
Cam did it a lot.
But
Well, him and Matt Ryan got MVP. Matt Stafford don't got an MVP.
Matt Stafford was the quarterback for two of the greatest wide receiver seasons of in the history of football.
Correct.
you know what I'm saying? And one of them
And three, if you
was
want to
in
throw
route.
Puka in there, you know what I'm saying?
Puka.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
it's
as
Matt.
far
I
as
think
like
it's Stafford.
yeah, as far as the quarterback position, if Matt Stafford would have squeezed out like at least a Opoi, then I'll be like for sure. You know what I'm saying? But like even though right now it's kind of like a head scratcher, y'all already know I want to go with Cam. It's like it's nothing really he hasn't done except win a ring. But it's like, well, if Stafford didn't win that ring, it would have to easily be Cam.
The problem with
Even
Cam,
though
the problem with Cam is Cam's peak was too short. And that's what we talked about the other day. His peak was
Matt Ryan,
his peak was too short. Matt Ryan
no, I feel you.
had a terrible nickname, and it didn't fit who he was as a person. Like in the game. Like I never understood him calling him Matty Ice. Like
It went back to college. It was a
went
college
back to
thing.
college. I'm like, what did this dude do at Boston College that made y'all think he was cool as ice?
He had that Thursday night against Virginia Tech, that throw across the body. You know, so that's when he became my favorite quarterback. But he's not my answer to the question. He's not my answer to the question.
Matt Ryan. Is Matt Ryan a top five Matt? That's my question. Like Matthew McConaughey.
I'm definitely taking Matt Ryan over.
Matthew Perry, rest in peace.
You taking Matt Ryan over Matthew McConaughey? Dog, he gave us so much.
Bro, Matthew McConaughey is the most overrated Ivory
What?
to exist.
He's the most overrated Matt?
Matt McConaughey is an overrated Ivory. I'm telling you right now.
How?
Movie, everything except for True Detective that Matt McConaughey was in, Jake Gyllenhaal could have played.
Jake Gyllenhaal doesn't have the range that Matthew McConaughey
I don't know if
does.
he could have did How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Jake Gyllenhaal couldn't have done Fool's Gold.
Come on, man. Matthew McConaughey is the future governor of Texas. You stop that.
Matthew McConaughey, Jake Gyllenhaal couldn't have did Dallas Buyers Club.
He couldn't have did Lincoln Lawyer.
Club, bro, come on, bro.
He couldn't have did the Lincoln Lawyer.
For sure.
No, Matthew McConaughey is a top 5 Matt. He might be the number
bro,
one.
Bradley Cooper could have did the Lincoln Lawyer. Come on now.
That's true. I'll give you that one.
Bradley Cooper could have.
Yeah, I'll give you that
but
one.
But not Jake Gyllenhaal. Don't do Jake Gyllenhaal like that. No, Matthew McConaughey is a treasure. He's a treasure. He's a national treasure. We need to appreciate Matthew McConaughey for the greatness that he's brought us over the years.
But how did he become the spokesperson for the Longhorns? Though that's like, is he like a alumni or something?
Yeah, he went to Texas. He's from Texas and he went there.
He went to UT.
Yeah. He's about to be the governor in a few years.
Dog, Matthew McConaughey speaks out on global issues.
It's not my bad. I'm sorry for speaking.
And he did have True Detective. Like, we can't just take True Detective off his jacket. Like,
True Detective is definitely a gem. That's definitely a gem.
Woody
Harrelson.
So y'all got me thinking now. I don't know if I can put Matty Ice over Matthew Perry now.
Yeah, see?
You know, I came into this conversation ready to rock and roll, but now y'all got me questioning everything.
Yeah, see, he's not even top 5.
None of them blew a 28-3 lead, bro. Matthew McConaughey would have definitely blew a 28-3 lead.
No, Matthew McConaughey would have held on to the lead, bro. He would have found a way. Matthew McConaughey would have found a way, bro. Who the other Matts?
I don't know. I was trying to think of some.
Some other Matts.
I was trying to think of some.
Yeah, Matthew Perry.
I can't think of that.
My guy, shout out to my guy, Matty Grice, one of my mentees from DGC. He's up there for me. He's only 13, but he got potential.
Oh man.
Matthews. Man,
we forgot Matt Stafford. Like, what about Matt Stafford?
Matt Stafford's a better Matt than Matt Rice. Matthew Rice. Matty Ice.
Oh man. You know what I'm saying?
The smoke has cleared, man.
If y'all can think of any other Matties that can go into our Matt.
And then while y'all at it, come up with some Phillips for Phillip Rivers too.
Oh yeah.
No, bro, Phillip Rivers. No, for real though. No, in all seriousness, no, I'd definitely take Matt Ryan's career over Phillip Rivers' career.
Yeah.
Yeah, we used to get into the arguments about who, this was before Stafford won the ring, like me and Adam, we used to always go at it. But Stafford will probably get in now. The other three aren't.
Yeah.
And Stafford was low key a driving force in that championship.
Yes,
so
he was.
Yes,
he was.
He definitely was. Sure. Even though El Residente's guy Tart messed that all up.
Jaquiski Tart.
Yeah, he messed that all up. But Stafford had to throw against Tampa.
Yeah. I mean, shoot, Tom Brady was ready to walk him down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he took out the GOAT, man.
Jaquiski Tart.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'm so glad I hope he got kicked out of the league.
Yeah, fellas, man, the smoke is clear. We appreciate everybody for tapping into the hot box, man. We had my dog, El Residente, San Jose, representing in the building. We had my dog, 25 Sports Reports, man. Hey, it's been a wonderful evening, and we about to tune into this natty, which also rhymes with
Coach Khaki.
Yes, Lord. Hey, look, y'all know my guys, man. Look, I'm about to get out of here and tune in. Hey, look, y'all can catch us in the hot box every Sunday, Monday, Thursday, and Friday. Love y'all so much, man. Tap in
All
with us
right.
next time.